What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today I want to give a little bit of a list or a top 5 for arc weapons to use in Season of the Deep. Now, this video is going live as the season does go live, so everything here is based on speculation as well as based on the fact of how likely it is for players to own this weapon. So don't expect any raid weapons, don't expect other weapons that are pretty damn good. Everything here is just based on accessibility and likelihood of owning the weapon itself. So with that being said, let's jump into number 5, Delicate Tomb. This exotic fusion rifle was phenomenal in Plunder, and if you guys are a warlock with Crown of Tempest, this can get even crazier. This season is very much arc theme, and it's a reason why this is a top 5 list for arc weapons. This can do 2 things. The exotic perk, Trader's Vessel, fires a wide horizon spread when shot from the hip, and final blows of this weapon have a chance to generate ionic traces. Powerful foes and opposing guardians always generate ionic traces, and Tempest Cascade, collecting an ionic trace, overcharges weapon's next shot, jolting targets on hit. Just on stock value, this can do impressive things in an arc-centric meta. And with shotgun all being a thing, this probably can get even crazier. Now, over here at number 4, we have a little bit a weapon that I find really dear to me, Symmetry. This weapon is an exotic scout rifle that honestly is very underappreciated. This has 2 firing modes, the base version and the overcharge version. The overcharge version does substantial damage and is pretty underrated, and the base version just shoots very solidly. Now, it is an arc primary, so it does get the 40% damage buff, and then on top of that, it did receive a damage buff from just scouts getting somewhat of a buff. I believe it was 10%, so this currently feels amazing, and I can't imagine this in a arc-centric season, or at least mods with a lot of arc-centric stuff, because this weapon can feel even better. Now, over in number 3, Grand Overture. This is a very underrated boss DPS weapon, and collectively it does require some, finicking, some attention to detail to get the most out of it, but this weapon can seriously do a lot of work in an arc-centric meta and even a regular meta that isn't centered around arc. A lot of you guys should have this if you did play Witch Queen in some degree. I would hope so. So if you guys are looking for a powerful exotic heavy that maybe is a little bit different than what you're accustomed to, because again, we always can use rocket launchers, and sometimes using rocket launchers isn't the best and we need some change of pace, Grand Overture at number 3 should be a solid choice. But let's say things do get a little bit meta and you want to have an arc heavy that does pack a punch and is guaranteed solid. The Hothead rocket launcher. This thing never fails, and with explosive light being a perk that it has and a perk that I have, the damage output will be incredible. Just watch out, you might blow yourself up every now and then. I do it to myself all the time. But yeah, Hothead is a very powerful arc rocket launcher and should fit your needs when it comes to siphons and other stuff that is centering around arc. I am pretty sure you can also focus this at the Vanguard vendor. I have the Adept version, so I get a little bit more of Adept mods, but that's just minor details to get the most out of the weapon itself. And over here at number 1, there should be no surprise on this one. Ikelos SMG, the Season of the Seraph version, or the V3 version. This has Volt Shot and Feeding Frenzy. That's the combination I lean towards. Seraph rounds and things like that. This weapon is just always been godly when just using it by itself, and when you're pairing it with arc and an arc-centric season, this can probably get cranked up to 1,000. This will probably be one of the most used PvE SMGs in the game, and maybe all PvE weapons as a whole. This will definitely be a good old reliable for many people who are looking to have a solid arc primary in their arsenal that doesn't take up an exotic slot. Volt Shot with the new perk, or at least new seasonal artifact Shotgun All, which, arc final blows will potentially, spawn lightning and jolt targets. It can only get even crazier. Let's see what happens with how that perk works out, but there is some exciting stuff to be had, and Ikelos SMG should clearly not be a surpriser at number 1. But let me know your guys' top 5 arc weapons of choice. Again, this list, like I said before, was based on speculation and keeping in mind the likelihood of people having this weapon. For example, Forbearance from Val Disciple is a solid waveframe arc grenade launcher that I expect to be used a ton. However, not everybody has it, so I couldn't include it on that list. But let me know down below your top 5 arc weapons you're excited for in Season of Deep, or depending on when this video is being watched, what are your top 5 arc weapons right now in Season of the Deep? Drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear what your list is. But besides that, if you guys enjoyed this video, found this video informative, definitely drop this video a like. Helps with the video a ton. If you guys want more content from me, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified for when I do drop more content. That's all I got for this one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.